Hello peoples, it is I, PotatoPikachu, and July is already ending, so you know what that means. August monthly investment guide. Yay! And I have already done an investment guide for the month of July and June, and you guys seem to enjoy them, so why not continue this as a monthly series? And before we begin, I would like to mention that I now have a Discord server. The link will be in the description down below, and if you would like to join, then feel free to do so. I can answer any questions you guys have regarding CSGO in the Discord and we can talk. Also, if you guys do enjoy this video, then please subscribe. It's a simple clicks away and it's free. Nothing wrong with free. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and let's get right into it. For the start of August, I think that it's in your best interest to continue monitoring all of this hype and manipulation that is going on around these tournament stickers. So many stickers and capsules have jumped up drastically in price. I'm not telling you to instantly purchase stickers or capsules you notice going up because at the moment, all of these prices are inflated like crazy. It could also be the market adjusting and these prices will be the normal prices moving forward, but I don't know. Let's face it, some of these stickers are very ugly in my opinion, yet they are so expensive and still rising. Take the Cologne 2014 stickers for example. The papers and most of the holos aren't even that good looking, barring the Dig and the LDLC holos, yet the prices are still soaring and also selling. These stickers are old, yet in my opinion they are ugly and I'm sure some of you can also agree. This is just an example of manipulation going on at the moment and not just with this tournament, but the rest of the other tournament stickers as well. The prices might just continue to rise, or they could just crash one day, who knows, but just keep an eye on these stickers. Some of the tournament stickers that I do believe are great investments and deserve the rise in price are the Atlanta 2017, Boston 2018, and Katowice 2019. For the Atlanta 2017 stickers, more specifically the team logos, the logos itself are huge on the sticker, making it really pop on the gun models. I think the background the logos are situated upon, the letter E, which is from E-League, is pretty cool as well. It can be a little jarring given how pronounced the E background is, but overall, I think the stickers are solid from this tournament. Also, as a side note, I have not personally invested in the Atlanta 2017 stickers. I kinda wished I did in the earlier years, and maybe I will down the road, but at the moment, I don't have any stickers from Atlanta. But moving on to the Boston 2018 stickers, this tournament was also by E-League, and I think that this is a much better sticker overall than its predecessor. The team logos itself are still huge, and the background is much more simple yet refined. The tilted diagonal the logos are situated upon, and the subtle lines that make up the E for E-League just makes these tournament stickers great for crafts. I would say that it's a very square design that works very well on all gun models in the game. And unfortunately for me, I have not invested in these as well. And I'm a little sad about that too. Katowice 2019 is one of the more recent tournaments we had, and the stickers itself are also great. The large team logos are complemented well with the circular design the sticker provides, and the circular sticker makes it very clean and easy to put on crafts, given how the design is very simple and familiar. This tournament does have a standout sticker, as most of you probably know, the Furia holo, and how it's a rainbow holo. It really stands out from the rest of the other Kato 19 stickers, and that's a reason why it's so expensive as well. I have invested in a single Kato 19 Cloud9 holo with a couple of Cloud9 non-holos, but that's about it. I should have invested more, but I wasn't really too confident in them at the time, and you really need the confidence when you want to invest in something. If you're confident that the sticker looks good and you think that it looks well on crafts, then I say you should invest in those good looking stickers. I didn't really choose the other tournaments because they didn't look as good compared to these three, but don't get me wrong, the other tournaments are still great investments for you guys as well, but I'm just giving some of my preferences and logic in this video. A lot of these stickers have spiked in price, so I'm not really too confident investing in them at the moment. But we should see some market adjustments within a few more weeks, so that's why I suggest watching these stickers in the beginning of August and onwards. Price correction will happen. Moving on, some cases on the market have also spiked within the past few weeks, and it's crazy how some of them spiked. The glove case rose all the way to 94 cents at one point, but the price has gone back down to around 78 cents or so, and the shadow web case had also spiked to around $3.35 at one point as well. It's currently at around $2.50, but the prices went back down for these cases because of the hype dying down and the market adjusting and normalizing. There are some cases that I feel at the moment are going to be great investments moving forward. Some of these cases are the Gamma 2, Spectrum, and Spectrum 2 cases. For the sake of transparency, I will say that I have invested in all three of these cases. I have had them for a few months already, and they have been stored for me to forget about. Now, before you leave anything in the comments regarding this, I would like to give my thoughts and reasons as to why these three cases are great investments. First off, there has been a lot of hype regarding cases for the past few months or so, and a lot of people have been opening them as well. You would expect that the Prisma 2 case, which was released in April, to be around 3 cents or so right now, as have all cases been over time. And we are already 4 months into the case release, but the price is still at 27 cents. 27 cents for a new case 4 months into its release? It's very expensive, and it should have gone down by now, right? Well, the demand outweighs the supply for the cases, allowing the prices to stay that high. Factor in case hype, where tons of people are investing in cases in general, and Valve has yet to release a new case yet. I did talk about this a little more in my previous video, which I'll link down below, and you can click on the icon on the top right of your screen. People are constantly purchasing cases and constantly opening them, so there is a lot of hype and attention on all the cases available in CSGO. I'll first talk about the Gamma 2 case and my reason for investing in this case. I would generally ignore the classified skins and below, as they aren't too important. The coverts and the rare special items are generally the talking points for each case. The Gamma 2 coverts are decent given that they are both rifles, the AK-47 and the FAMAS, which is pretty cool. The Neon Revolution AK-47 isn't for everyone given that it's basically neon pink paint over a default AK, but it's decent looking. The FAMAS roll cage is pretty cool as there is a lot of attention to detail on this FAMAS. It's probably one of the best FAMAS skins in my opinion. But the most important part of the case is the rare special item, and do some of these knives really deliver? So this case, along with the Gamma 1 case, include the bayonet, M9 bayonet, karambit, flip knife, and gut knife. The first three knives I mentioned are very popular knife models that are some of the best we have in the game. The flip knife is pretty decent, it's not one of the best, it's not one of the worst either, and the gut knife in my opinion is on the lower end of the knives we have. It's probably in between decent and bad for me. And some of the knife finishes available in this case are great. There is the Gamma Doppler, which is the green version of the Doppler, so you can obtain an emerald knife if you're very lucky. There is the Lore finish, which is a beautiful shade of yellow on a knife blade along with the green handle, which is directly from the Op Dragon lore itself. And then the rankings go down from there. The Autotronic is a red and silver finish on the knives, as it still looks good on the knives but it's not the best. Same goes for the freehand, where it's a mix between silver and purple. The freehand pattern can be a little crazy, but if you like it, then you like it. I don't really have anything against it personally. And lastly, there are the bright water and black laminate patterns. Personally, I actually have grown to like the bright water pattern on the knives, well, more specifically the bayonet itself. You probably noticed in this gameplay footage that I picked up the bayonet bright water and I love it. It really fits the bayonet, but sadly, I think the bright water only works for the bayonet and karambit. The black laminate was a pattern that I had before on the karambit, and it's a nice pattern, but the downside to this finish is that it can get boring really fast. It's basically just an all black knife with an ash gray wood handle. It's okay for a little bit, but after a few weeks the pattern gets boring real fast. And generally, all the patterns in this case is good. People probably dislike the bright water the most, but that's about it. The rest of the patterns are great to decent, and most of the knives are great as well. So the chances of getting a good knife with a good pattern is pretty high compared to other cases. That's my reasoning as to why I think the Gamma 2 case is a great investment to hold for the future. It's only around 12 cents right now, which is relatively cheap compared to other cases, and you can do buy orders to buy them for cheaper if possible. For the Spectrum 1 and Spectrum 2 cases, the only difference between these two cases are the quantity and the gun skins. The knives are the same for both cases. Starting with the Spectrum 1 case, the price is higher than its second iteration at around 26 cents. This one is getting expensive because the quantity is getting more limited. The covert skins in this case are really good. It's one of the few cases that actually have two great looking covert skins. The AK-47 Bloodsport is an excellent skin with mostly red covering the gun, along with white accents to complement it. Red and white generally work well together, so it's no wonder this skin looks great. Factor in that this pattern is on the AK-47, the gun that everyone uses on the T side, then you get it to be pretty expensive. The second covert skin, the USPS Neo Noir, is probably my favorite USP skin in the game at the moment. The Neo Noir pattern is a very popular pattern, given that it's already on the M4A4 and the AWP. It's a beautiful white USP skin involving shades of pink, blue, and black, making it a very excellent looking skin. The USP is also a gun that most CTs use, whether it be during the pistol round or a save round. It's a great covert variety skin, and these two coverts will also bring the value up for this case. So we have the rare special items. So the knives in this case are a bit problematic given that 4 out of the 5 knives are pretty low tier in my opinion. You probably know which knife is good in this case as I list them out. We have the butterfly knife, the huntsman knife, the falchion knife, shadow daggers, and the bowie knife. The patterns are the ever so popular chroma finishes, which include the Doppler, Marble Fade, Tiger Tooth, Damascus Steel, Ultraviolet, and Rust Coat. However, even though 4 out of the 5 knives are straight horrible, the butterfly knife is what keeps the Spectrum 1 and 2 cases afloat in the first place. This knife is the most popular knife in the game because of how it looks and the animations it provides. A lot of people want the butterfly knife sapphire or ruby, and the only way to get that is through the Spectrum 1 and 2 cases. The chances are really low given that you can get one of the other bad ones, but a lot of people are willing to open these cases on the off chance they obtain one of these butterfly gems. After all, the butterfly knives have been going up in price and are really expensive now. For the Spectrum 2 case, it is significantly cheaper than the Spectrum 1 case, going for around 10 cents because there is just significantly more supply than the first iteration, which makes sense. The coverts in this case are pretty good, but one is much better than the other. There is the P250 See You Later, which is a cool P250 skin, but I don't get that same feeling as I did with the USP Neo Noir. Like, they are both pistol skins and the P250 is probably more used than the USP, but the skins itself aren't really comparable and the prices tell the story. The USP Neo Noir in the Spectrum 1 case is more expensive than the P250 See You Later in the Spectrum 2 case. The P250 just looks decent and that's it. But for the other covert in the Spectrum 2 case, we have the heavy hitter, the AK-47 Empress. It's easily one of the best AK skins in the game, and the design of the skin along with the color choices really make it iconic. The Empress practically shines in the skin along with these red and navy blue tones that really make it pop all the more. It's the best gun skin in this case, and the prices for some of its conditions are even more expensive than most of the knives in it. The Spectrum 1 and Spectrum 2 have great covert skins going for it, along with the butterfly knife as well, which I believe are factors for a great investment we want in a case. Now, if you're looking for some gun skins to invest in, then like I stated in a few of my other videos, I recommend the Shadow Web collection. I have invested in a variety of gun skins from the Shadow Web operation when it was still going on, and I did it because the amount of them were limited. You were only able to obtain skins from the Canals, Norse, or St. Mark's collection during the Shadow Web operation itself, which has long ended. There are tons of great play skins in these 3 operations that people will want, and the most prominent one is after all the Op Gungnir, which made waves in the community when it released. I know I invested in these collections, and I'm telling you that so you can make your own judgment on what you make of these 3 collections. You shouldn't blindly agree to what I say, as I'm still a random person making videos on YouTube. I personally think that the collections from the Shadow Web operation are great investments at the moment, but it's my opinion. Please make your own careful judgments when investing, as ultimately, you are the ones in the end to make the decision. But besides these 3 collections, I would advise all of you to look at the older skins we have available because they will have less quantity than newer skins. Look for skins in discontinued collections like the Cobblestone, Rising Sun, Gods and Monsters, etc., and from older cases that are more expensive. Take the Gods and Monsters for example. The M4A4 Poseidon and the M4A1S Icarus Fell have both seen a drastic rise in price over the past few months as more attention was given to them. They're also both great play skins to use while holding onto them, so it's a win-win. The covert skin, the Op Medusa, is one of the coolest ops in the game in my opinion, as it's not too flashy yet still brings that beautiful design. Also, the Chinese community could also play a role in the rise in price as well, as they have tons of money to spend and they want the best of the best. The Medusa is also great for crafts like with Titan Hollows and Crown Foils, which collectors love to slap on. This is a discontinued collection as we know at the moment, and other people know that too. The quantity is very minimal, so the prices are bound to rise when people continue to purchase them or use them for trade-up contracts. And this was just an example using one collection. There are many collections in CSGO, and while a lot of them are duds, there are a few gems with great skins that people will buy. A lot of people are looking at older skins and collections right now, and you should too. And that's all. I know I mentioned to invest in older skins and all that in other videos, but I repeat it for a reason. A lot of these older skins are going to be held for the long term. You will see a return on your investment as time goes on and supplies dwindle. That's just how supply and demand works. As more and more of these older skins go into inventories of collectors, investors, banned accounts, and people who don't play anymore, the prices will continue to rise with how little volume there is left on that particular skin. Sorry if I didn't mention many gun skins to invest in because the recent sticker hype that happened was very interesting and was all that was on my mind the past couple of weeks. Cases as well. But as the sticker hype dies down, I'm sure people will start to refocus back onto gun skins and prices will continue to rise. So I hope you enjoyed this monthly investment guide from me. I had a great time making this video and hope to continue giving you more content to watch. I'm not a professional investor of any kind, so please take my judgment with a grain of salt and make your own careful judgments. After all, it's your money and not mine. Also, my Discord server is available in the description down below, so if you have any other questions, feel free to talk with me on the Discord server. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It really goes a long way, and if you want to, comment down below as well. I love talking with you guys and it's really fun to hear your opinions and thoughts. I'm a potato and a Pikachu, PotatoPikachu, signing out. Peace.